Hello fellow introverts and welcome back to the channel. Now, what are unsubstantiated beliefs that one thing leads to another? Well, that's what we call superstition. If I say, today is Friday the 13th, why does that fact carry a certain connotation that we'll say Tuesday the 10th does not? Superstitions. The bad things happen when the 13th falls on a Friday or when a mirror breaks. But where do they come from? While superstitions are by definition unproven, they are often represented a well-meaning attempt to understand something and prevent something bad from happening. It comes from the sense of trying to understand what's going on around us and trying to create a little less uncertainty and anxiety about the regular chaos of life. Superstitions even make sense from an evolutionary standpoint. If you simply boil it down to the notion of better safe than sorry, I think, superstitions aside, you might hear a loud sound and it might make you nervous. And so you run away from the sound. I think you can trace a superstition back to that where, oh, last time I did this thing, it was Friday the 13th and something bad happened. So Friday the 13th is bad luck. Now, let's go over some of the origins of the most well-known superstitions, shall we? First, it's no secret, guys, Friday the 13th. It is told that this one is a combination of beliefs, that the idea of 13 is an unlucky number as its origins in Christianity. Western culture has long considered the number 12 a very complete number. A year has 12 months, zodiac has 12 signs, etc. And so the funny thing is, the reason why 13 is a little bit of a pariah is because it comes after 12. It's the first number that comes after a kind of holy, complete number. So the number 13 suffered some pretty bad luck itself. But what did Friday ever do to anybody? Allegedly, that comes from the Bible too. There's some belief Friday was the day Cain killed his brother Abel, and that Friday is the day that Eve took a bite of the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. So there's a sense of misfortune in Friday, biblically speaking. Friday isn't the pariah in every culture. In Greece, Tuesday, the 13th, is the unlucky one, and some East Asian cultures, the number 4 is ominous. Because in the language, the number 4 sounds very similar to the word of death, which is kind of on you guys. Next, saying bless you. The superstition comes from the era of the bubonic plague. Back then, there was a sense that if someone sneezed, it meant they were getting sick and therefore likely going to die fairly soon. And saying bless you absolved the person of their sins. While we still say that when somebody sneezes, the practice is seen more of a matter of politeness, and that's a good example of how many superstitions have evolved beyond their original purposes, their origins long forgotten. That's a really common superstition, that it is so baked into our culture that you forget it's actually a superstition. Also, I have heard that when you're sneezing, you are left vulnerable, and they say bless you to drive out evil spirits or deter any evil spirits that might possess you. Next, knock on wood. This one has strong connections to the pagan idea of spirits inhabiting trees. The notion is at the heart of the diminishing practice of carrying the bride over the threshold of a home. Even if you chop down the tree to make your house, evil spirits still live in the threshold. Knocking on wood is derived from the practice of touching a tree and asking the spirits for favors. Saying something and feeling like, oh no, I shouldn't have said that because my luck will turn around, and so I'm going to knock on wood to make sure that the energy of the spirits keeps everything in my favor. This next one is new to me. The boyfriend sweater curse. This superstition is a more modern example, found within knitting culture, which is probably why I don't know about it. The idea is when you're dating someone, don't knit them a sweater or they'll break up with you. While this is a pretty strong superstition, there's some real relationship psychology at play in the background. You're in a relationship with somebody and they're going through the hard work of knitting you a sweater, and perhaps you're not feeling quite so committed in the relationship. I think it's likely that if you're the receiving end of that, you may reconsider your own commitment. You may reconsider, maybe I wouldn't put so much work into this relationship as this person has. Maybe this isn't right for me. The inverse is also true. The person knitting the sweater might not realize their partner isn't putting in the same kind of effort. Yes, there's this magical element too, but at the end of the day, there's this understanding, there's something a little more based in how human minds work and how human hearts work. Next, itchy palm good luck. There are many variations on this superstition, but the idea of having an itchy palm generally refers to somebody who is greedy or has insatiable desire for money. In Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, Brutus says, "Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm." Some believe that if the right palm itches, you will meet somebody new, while the itchy left palm means money is coming. Others say that the itchy right palm means money is coming in, and left-handed itch foretells money going out. Superstition warns you not to scratch your palm unless you want to counteract the effect. The only way to scratch it without stopping the effect is to use lucky wood or brass. Next, walking under a ladder. Bad luck. It's common sense to avoid walking under an open ladder for fear of something falling on you. But there are superstitious reasons for avoiding ladders too. The shape of an open ladder is a triangle, which signifies life in some mythologies. When you walk through the triangle, it's thought that you tempt the fates. You also run the risk of awakening spirits that live within the triangle, including evil spirits who may not be happy with the disturbance. If you accidentally walk under a ladder, you can counteract the bad luck by placing your thumb between your index and middle fingers and holding it there for at least 5 seconds, or cross the fingers on both hands while calling upon the sign of the cross to protect you from evil. Now, I find that hard to believe to see setting up a ladder and walking underneath it is what would awaken the spirits after they've been slammed around, dropped off of somebody's truck, thrown off a roof. But hey man, what do I know? Breaking a mirror. Bad luck. Many superstitious people say that breaking a mirror sets you up for 7 years of bad luck. That may be because 7 years is the time it takes to replace all the cells in your physical body. In a more superstitious time, mirrors were thought to be a reflection of the soul, so breaking a mirror was believed to be harmful to the soul. To end the chain of bad luck, take the broken mirror outside and bury it in the moonlight. Finding a horseshoe. Good luck. In many cultures, a horseshoe is the luckiest of all symbols, especially if you find one with the open end pointing towards you. If you find one of these good luck charms, pick it up with your right hand, spit on one end, make a wish and toss it over your left shoulder, then leave it where it lands. Or place a horseshoe over the entrance of your home with the open end up that allows the horseshoe to fill with good luck for everyone living there. One superstitious belief says that the number of nails left on the abandoned horseshoe reveal how many years of good luck are coming your way. Opening an umbrella inside. Bad luck. It seems like a no-brainer that opening an umbrella inside is bad luck, since it presents a risk to breaking valuable items and poking someone in the eye. But a common superstition holds that because the umbrella shades us from the sun, there's somehow magical. When the umbrella is open inside and out of the way of the sun's rays, it offends the sun god. It may even signify impending death or ill fortune for both the person who opened it and the people who live within the home. Tossing spilled salt over your shoulder. Good luck. For most of human history, salt has been very valuable, and in some places and times, it was worth its weight in gold. One common superstition held that if you purify the soul and ward off the spirits. So, when you spill any amount of salt, you ought to take a pinch and toss it over your left shoulder. By doing this, a superstition says you drive away the evil spirits attracted to the spill who may want to cause misfortune for the unlucky spiller. Now, I've heard that if you are being plagued by pixies or fairies or leprechauns, you're supposed to spill salt because they will have to count every single grain before they get back to tormenting you. Black cats. Bad luck. This superstition is a tough one for cat lovers to swallow, but in the Middle Ages, it was thought that witches kept black cats as companions. Some people even believe that these kitties could turn into witches or demons after 7 years. Powerful men like Hitler and Napoleon Bonaparte may have been prepared to conquer nations, but they were both terrified of black cats. And with that, that's all I got for you guys today. Do me a favor and in the comments, let me know what other superstitions did you guys grow up with that I missed. And with that, I will talk to you nerds later.